Hey there, and welcome to Behind the Screen, the podcast where we sit down with your favorite TTRPG creatives and we talk shop, share stories, and take a peek behind the screen. My name is Brad Silman, and with me always are one of my four best friends, Loss Wendell. Loss.
Yo!
Every time, yo, and I always have to fix that audio, so perfect.
Okay, let's not start off on the wrong foot here.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
a good yo. It's a solid yo.
I mean, solid yo. Loss, how are you today?
The diaphragm.
The diaphragm. You practiced that. You went to school for diaphragm.
Still do.
Great. Tell me.
I majored in only diaphragm.
That's
Nothing else.
What year? How many years is that degree?
17 right now.
Perfect. Now, can you tell me what we're doing here today?
We're talking to my good buddy PJ Megaw. Yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm flexing every muscle. I'm peaking every mic. Let's go.
It's
okay.
insane. His muscles are bulging. It's like rolling waves.
Oh my god.
That's my masculine scream of buffery, baby.
Oh man, if
Buff,
you guys
buff.
out there could see what I'm seeing, you can't. This is an audio format, so that's that. PJ, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited, really honored, and this is great. I'm looking forward to this.
This is gonna be fun. I've been looking forward to this like all day. Like seriously, I texted Loss and I have been doing this thing where we haven't been on our phones as often because, you know, as a society, we're addicted. And I texted Loss today. I was like, writing up all the show notes. How you doing, my friend? Da. Get nothing from him until 7:30 p.m. tonight, an hour before we start recording. I was so scared, sweating, but I am also extremely excited that you're here with us today.
I was off my phone.
You were what? Washing your phone?
You should have. Yeah, I was washing my phone. It was very dirty.
I'm giving you the eyes.
All right.
PJ. No, stop it, Brad. I'm done. It's PJ's turn now.
Okay. PJ, talk, please.
Yes, sir.
You don't have to call me sir, please.
I don't know. Just introduce myself to everybody.
You know what, man?
Please tell us who
Do
you
what
are.
feels right.
Excellent. Hello, everyone. My name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at PJ Megaw. If you see the bearded face, you're in the right place. Let's see. What have I done? I'm a TTRPG producer, writer, performer. I've won awards for the All Night Society. I've made thousands of hours of content over at National Productions and Dungeons Divided LLC. Working on some other things with Critic Chronicles. It never stops. And I'm currently writing freelance for a very big promotion, which I'm very big excited about. Huge fan of them for a long time. So yeah, when I'm not writing or producing, I'm getting to role play. And I'm just happy to be here.
He's a dancer, a juggler. He can say the alphabet backwards. This man has no boundaries.
I'm a triple threat. And I'm really good at cuddling. I like to cuddle.
Cuddles.
He's not afraid to cry.
No. In fact, sometimes I do it in traffic.
I would too. Yeah, no, that is the, it's appropriate to cry anywhere, just in general. But traffic is a normal place to cry. Speaking of crying, Loss, play that song because I know you've got it pulled up.
The fuck you talking about?
You don't have the Dice Breakers theme that you made?
You banned me from doing it on this.
That's why I apologized to PJ before the entire thing.
You didn't tell me that.
You want me to take it again? Do you got it ready? Do you got it ready?
No. Give me a second. Hold on. Now I gotta pull it up.
This is where I edit it. We cut this out. We put that,
Our favorite part of this bitchin' episode. You know that the show will start once we answer Brad's question.
It's Dice Breakers.
Here we go, it's awful nice.
It's Dice Breakers.
Rolling numbers is our vice.
It's Dice Breakers.
Who will roll the lowest now?
It's Dice Breakers.
Roll his d20s and then we'll roll the d100 and we will hear the questions asked. Now it is time for Dice Breakers. Yes, it is Dice Breakers. Hey, did you hear? Now it is time for Person Dice Breakers. Yes, it's
All
Dice
right.
Breakers.
That
Now it's Dice
was-
Breakers.
so, yeah, that was Dice Breakers. Thank you, Loss, for playing that. That was phenomenal.
I forgot I had it loaded up from last time.
There you go. All right. So as the game states, PJ, please, and Loss, please roll a D20. Whoever rolls the highest gets to roll a D100 for a prompt. Two. Okay.
Hard to beat that. I got a 6.
And that's the way it is. All right, PJ, can you roll a D100 for me?
Yeah.
Just tell me the number.
See, I love D100s because like you never get to roll it, and no one knows the trick of how it actually works.
Nope.
That's a 95.
Fireball. No. Okay. So this is going to...
We all just die.
No. Okay. So this could be about any of your characters that you are either currently playing, have played in the past, or anything like that, right? So just give us a little something about that character and let us know what they would do with this question, okay? The question is, how did your character learn the language that they speak? See, this could be anything.
Ooh, okay.
It's a little dice breaker about a character.
I love that. So, a handful of characters, both. Like when you're Forever GM, you have a lot of NPCs that are effectively characters. And
Yes.
when you get to do one-shots, you have a lot of character for the time. But I think the one character that makes the most sense with is Marcus Hellhammer from Shadows over Baldur's Gate. Because he had to literally make a deal with a devil to learn how to read.
I like that.
Okay, I like this too. Was he like a barbarian or was he like
was a
low
fighter.
intellect?
No. So the long story short of it is that he came from Avernus and was just kind of set up to fail by Zariel, much like our good friend Karlak. So when he was inevitably set up to fail, she then throws him into this arena called the Proving Grounds. She's basically like, eventually some creature is going to be strong enough and you're going to be tired enough that you're going to die in the arena. But he never dies. And it's not until he goes a couple of matches in that he starts getting fans. Like when you go to the wrestling ring and they have like the signs like, "We love you, Roman Reigns," or whatever. And that's when he realized they never taught him to read. When the fans start to finally stand up for him with signs, he can't read the signs. And that's when he realizes something terrible has happened. So in his private bunk in his room, he made a deal with the devil so he could learn to read. And with that came the forbidden knowledge of the true names of devils and their power.
I love that.
That's awesome.
I love that.
It's the little shit like that I love when it comes to characters and how much either forethought or spur of the moment it can be. Especially if someone's just like, you hold up a sign and, ooh, I can't read that sign. That'd be the most interesting fucking take. I love all of that shit. That's such an interesting story.
I agree. Lost, what about you? You got any characters that, how'd they learn to speak the language that they speak? You can do Forte. Forte learned from a nanny. I can already tell. He did not learn from his parents. Forte is our bard.
First off, no, if you recall the backstory I gave you, my character is a noble. He's a bard. Rich, very famous bard. Mm-hmm. However,
he doesn't know how to read either. And I'm kidding.
He started off. His family started off very poor as one of those like 3-jug bands in overalls and straw hats.
You're given the backstory.
Yeah, why wouldn't I?
Oh, okay.
I'm getting the deep lore.
I mean, nobody knows this. Okay, now, even in the real
here's
game.
Here's the good thing. Sorry. Davis, John, and Emily don't really listen to this, so I'm good.
John does. John.
Well, when you...
Sorry.
Shit. Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
Continue. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Brad. So he started, his family's like one of those very young, Midwest, old Appalachia style bands, right? And they called themselves like the Huckleberries and Young Bib or something to that nature. And he was Young Bib. And through the jug and the fiddle is how he learned to speak music. Oh. So he was forced into it, and it was a learn as you go type thing.
I love that.
So it was traveling all over the lands, and eventually he wanted to break away from that and play the violin, and they were like, but the fiddle's your instrument. He goes, but this is like a fancy fiddle. And starts going to school, loses his accent, forces it away.
Yeah.
But his heart always started in like old timey blues and jazz, and now he does classical.
Really, like I feel like language and music are one and the same in how they inform culture, how they inform a living zeitgeist. Like with Marcus, when I was building his character sheet, at first everyone was like, "Oh, well, he's definitely a metalhead, so like give him some metal music." And I started doing that, and I was like, "Yeah, but he made a deal with the devil." I kind of like the idea that we should go to like blues, like Robert Johnson, Muddy Waters, like Howling Mad, like the guys that are like all about that. And it's crazy how that informed the character plus the back. Like it all intertwines because we are each of us, I think, inspired by and built by the languages we speak, the music that lives in us, the surroundings that shapes us. Like, and so are these characters because they are and always will be based on our perceptions. So,
right. And I equate classical music with kings and queens and royalty and nobility because of society and movies and television, all of that
History.
Even though it was music for everyone, when you learn about it, you only learn about it in like they played for the queen and king. It's in the courts. So when I knew I was playing a noble, there was no other musical option in my mind than classical music because that's the only option for the amazingly rich. Pardon me.
You're good. All right. Let's do another roll off.
Okay.
There is no more music after that.
Fuck. 5.
I got a critical 1.
Ooh. All right. You have to tell us your deepest, darkest secret. I'm kidding. Lost. Please roll a D100.
In the summer of 95, me and my 4 hot friends in the back of a Buick killed a fisherman. We promised not to tell anyone until last summer.
I know what you did last summer.
Damn it, the fisherman's back.
I'm back, baby.
78.
Sorry, 78. Fireball. Just kidding. All right, Loss.
Yeah. Hit me with it. Ready.
What television, book, video game, etc. character would your character be best friends with? Or what media character is your character most influenced by? I think we've done that in our actual podcast.
Yeah, we did. And I'm going to change mediums because last time we did television and I chose Gregory House. This time I'm going video game.
Okay.
And I'm going with Parappa the Rapper.
Ooh.
I get it.
Boom. 2 musicians side by side, different styles, but I think blend super well together.
I think that's, and in season 1, you did rap quite a bit.
Exactly. Well, yeah.
Would you please just give me a few bars, boss?
What?
Yeah, just give me a few bars. Do you want me to give you? PJ,
We can
would
do an
you?
impromptu. We can do an impromptu rap battle if you want to. Like,
All right, give us a subject, Brad.
Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog.
that is hilarious because right over. You know what? Hold on. If we're doing this, I'll be right back. Give me like a couple seconds. Keep it rolling. Just give me like a couple seconds.
What have you done to me, Brad?
What are you doing? Are you do you have Kermit the? He left.
But you see, the way I look at it, if we're gonna rap about Kermit the Frog, the man himself should be present to defend himself in court.
I wish I
I don't have hands on mine. Hold on.
There you go.
There we go.
What is that actually? Is that like a green Pink Panther? What is that?
So a rabbit my niece gave me like the last time I was up there. She was like, "I need you to have this." And I went, "All right, this is pretty
Understood.
cool."
and it just for
Cherishing it.
this moment in time. Do you want to do a rap battle? I was just joking, but I'm okay with this.
Kermit
I'm
versus
okay with-
Kermit.
Kermit
Yeah,
versus
I think one good exchange should be good.
one good exchange.
Yeah, I think one good exchange.
Okay. I'm not. This is just you're gonna flow on your own. Okay. I'm not giving a beat.
All right,
So
that's
Lost,
fine. I can do this.
you rolled higher, so you get to go first.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows? What comes from the other side? Let me tell you what it is. It's not frog legs because that's from me. My people, Paris, the French. I don't like them. They hurt me. They make me cry. Where's Fozzie Bear? He's from Canada. I bet you didn't know that if you didn't watch the movie Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Oh my God.
PJ, you can blow him out the water. That's totally fine. He deserves it from time to time. So
Okay, here goes nothing. Here we go. Hi ho, I'm Kermit the Frog. Call me Corella, because I'm gonna kill you, dog. They say it ain't easy being so green, but it's better than looking at your ugly face. Oh, that's mean, but it's true. I'm not a liar. I may date a pig, but I don't like to dance in the fire. That's right, bacon jokes. I like to make them all day. I like to break these eggs, like your face. Yolk.
Kermit, what'd you say about pigs?
Nothing, dear. I love them, and I married one, and they are, dull. I ho, Kermit the domestic violence survivor.
oh man, that was perfect.
Dude, I fucking love the Muppets.
We can get into the Muppets in a second, Loss, okay? I just need to ask PJ the question, okay? What television, book, video game character would your character be friends with? You can give us the same character. It can be Marcus, or you can give us a different character.
That's tough. Okay. Trying to think. I guess just because it's easier to stay with Marcus, I'll continue talking to him. I think a character he'd be friends with is oof. That's a tough one.
I have one for your character, and I've never seen anything ready for it?
Yeah.
Kratos.
Kratos?
But that's
Kratos
just
is
me.
good.
But I just feel that there's some parallels there, right?
Yeah. I think I got it. So
go ahead.
When I was making Marcus, I was like, I want to try a different accent, right? So someone was like, well, how about Cajun? Because I was like a couple of different options, and we landed on Cajun. So I think absolutely he and Gambit would get along. Either like they'd be best friends, or they would be too much alike and they'd hate each other.
Yeah. Please.
But they would definitely interact.
As a man from Louisiana, please do not do a Cajun accent in front of me. It's look, you move from Texas. I'm not even from.
And as a man who's sharing a screen with a man from Louisiana, please do
listen.
the Cajun accent.
It's not that I'm from Deep South. I'm not from New Orleans. I'm not from Alexandria.
I hate to
I'm
break
not,
it to you, Louisiana's deep south.
I mean, like,
It's deep and it's south.
listen, I'm from Shreveport. Okay, I'm from Shreveport, which is basically East Dallas. I just every time I've moved to and got new coworkers at a job or anything like that. Oh, you're from Louisiana, so you must like True Blood or those kind of shows. And I'm like, please, just like example, Davis in our game, one of our characters he wanted to run had a Cajun accent, and it was very offensive to me, someone who doesn't have a Cajun accent, but. If it was good, PJ, which I'm sure it was, you're probably a lot better at the Cajun accent than Davis. Davis doesn't go full.
Boy, he's just catching strays everywhere in your life.
Davis?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he is.
He just randomly, we're talking in our group chat one day, and he just says, I don't remember what the conversation was, but Davis was not a part of it. And then Brad just goes, yeah, like Davis over here, and he sucks. Davis was like, what?
Didn't say
What's
that.
going on?
I never said that. I love Davis.
I'm
Davis knows
exaggerating.
that. Davis knows I love him. Yeah.
I'll say this. If you want to hear my accent, you can always check out Shadows Over Baldur's Gate on Crit Hit Chronicles on YouTube and on Twitch every Fridays from 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time to whenever we end. But also because I feel like I've been going in and out of it myself. I really need to work more on it. But
that's fine.
I actually went down a lot of super TikTok and YouTube rabbit holes to try to pick up things. And I have this Cajun list of Cajun phrases.
Nice.
Class-wise, he's a fighter, right?
Yeah.
He's not a barbarian, but he's a fighter, and he's a runic fighter, and I've reflavored the giant runes as devil runes.
Love it.
I activate Giant's Might, but instead of being a giant, I'm flavoring that he's turning into a pit fiend.
Okay.
So when I do that, there's kind of this smirk, and he goes, "Lazele bon ton relais, y'all." And he claps his hands, and
It was a lot better because it wasn't
Hell yes. I love that.
amazing. I love that. I really do. It is a lot better than Davis's. But speaking of, so the Shadows over Baldur's Gate, it's currently running right now.
Yes, at the time that we're doing this show, we have an episode that's coming Friday. I think we're going to be taking a break off because of some convention happening somewhere around early September. But yeah, every Friday, everything's archived. So if you want to catch up, I think we're at
dope.
like 30 episodes.
Nice.
Hitting, oh my gosh, we're a few months away from our 1-year anniversary.
Hey.
Hey, so we're almost
Early congratulations.
our
Thank you.
our 3 years in for So You Want to Be a Hero is in October. So I get it. No,
Episode 28 debuted 5 days ago.
of PJ's show.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
I pulled it up on YouTube, baby.
okay. So, do you guys stream live? Do you guys just go live on whenever you guys record this actual play, or do you pre-record?
That's a great question, and I know that when you're in the production of this, there's a lot of different ways you can do it.
Of course.
We try to go the route where we go live on Twitch, and then we take that within the legal required minimum downtime. So we'll go live Fridays, and then whatever we do live, save the VOD, edit, transfer, put it on YouTube in our archives. I think Monday within the 24 to 48 hour window. This is also for everyone listening who aren't aware of how this works, because Twitch and YouTube are like they're at war with each other.
They're not friends.
They're best. Yeah, they're best friends.
You know what? You know what? They're kind of like Marcus and Gambit. They're too much alike.
Yes. And they should get along, but they just don't get along. There have been a few times where we just wanted to get an episode out, but we were going to be busy that weekend, so we pre-recorded and went live to pre-record.
Cool.
So I guess it really depends, but we try to go as live as much as possible.
I like that. Going live terrifies me. I mean, if you'd ever sit down in one of our sessions, there's a lot of like. It's not like we're determining what happens, but there's been a moment where, and I'll share how the sausage is made. Loss's character got shot in the foot by one of our other characters, and we're like, hold up, is this the route that we want to present this show in? And then we're like, no, let's take 5. Let's let all these tensions kind of, because it was a pretty tense moment. Let's all breathe it out, get some water, use the bathroom, come back. We'll start over at this, make it a little bit better. But no, just for us in the sake of just trying to stay fluid, I like that. And that's something that's scary to me, is that continuation of just, I mean, like, in D&D, when you just play at a table, or any other TTRPG, when you play at a table, it is real, it's live, but it's also kind of like, you can kind of do whatever you want. But in the sense of an actual play, I respect you highly for going live. That's a big thing.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But honestly, I want you to know, two things. Both things are true and right. Like, for example, going live is great because you get the live element, right? And that is why we as TTRPG actual play performers need to treat ourselves like actors.
Yeah.
We're not entirely acting the same way, but we definitely can use the same skill set. I went to LA Connection Comedy and took, I think, workshops at like UCB or whatever. Like, I was trained for a long time in improv, both comedy and drama. So like when I'm doing these shows, and also I talk to myself in the mirror when I'm like doing brushing my teeth before bed, so I'm practicing my speeches. Of course. Like everyone does. It's not weird. It's not weird.
It's not weird at all. It's not weird at all.
No. So like improv is just a muscle like everything else. The more you use it and the more you train different actions, reactions, or thought patterns, the easier you can access them for entertainment. And at the same time, even if you are live, right, there is 100% nothing wrong with giving yourself and your audience the grace to go, stop. We're going to go on a break. We're going to have a chat behind the scenes. And we're going to come back with the show that we want to make sure you all... Because here's the thing we have to understand. Here is the truth.
Here's the truth. He's clapping now. He's clapping.
I am doing clap back to nobody. I think there has been this very unique identity crisis for the media that we are not only consuming, but creating. And I think it's because this identity is coming out of a false equivalency of multimedia resource sharing. At the end of the day, though, despite those resources we're pulling from, we can only create one media. we are creating television.
Yeah.
We are creating television for a televisioning audience. But we are using this thing as the vehicle for that show. So we have to allow ourselves the same grace that we would if we were doing television, right?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I 100%, that's always been my opinion going into it. I also come from an improv background. Brad and I, we also come from a film background. We started out as actors. I'm still an actor. Brad directs.
Yeah.
And that's why I always view it as, it's very simply, we are storytellers. And which is why, like, when it comes to us taking a break and editing and like being like, okay, let's cut this scene, let's redo it again. This didn't go the way it should. This doesn't, like, and actually breaking it down of being like, this makes no sense whatsoever for either character, for one character, for the moment. Let's reconvene. Does it happen often? No, but it happens.
It happens.
I would say we've done in the run of everything that we did, maybe a total of 5 where we actually went back and re-recorded something.
Yeah.
But that's because, once again, it's just editing. It's like you said, we are presenting a TV show. So there are moments that we should be cutting out of being like, this doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
This doesn't help bring the story forward. All it's doing is sitting in a moment that isn't even giving you more insight into the characters. You're just lost and needing to vamp until you find your way back again.
I think that's actually an outcome of us being limited and all coming into the same media model. You know, everyone coming in on the Zoom, 5 talking heads on a screen. And that's great because we all did that to get by, especially in quarantine. But what that does is that trains the media to become 5 talking heads.
Yeah.
And I love talking, clearly. But I think we get to this problem where the storytelling, which we laud as like the linchpin to all of this, the storytelling gets lost in now, instead of telling a story, we're 5 actors emoting into an abyss.
Yeah.
And there's no story. There's just melodrama and emotion. And it's like, this is cool. I love Monologue Alley. But can we get back to the big bad as an orc with a flaming sword made of skulls? Because that's where the story is.
Right. That's where we want to be.
And that's, in my mind, that's the good thing about pre-recording stuff, because you can cut. I'm not going to say I cut monologues because I don't. It's usually cutting all the cutting songs, yeah. But cutting the little bits and pieces that kind of like the breaths, the dice rolling, the things to pick up pace and all that jazz. But I lost my train of thought.
Hey, that's where I come in. Hey, PJ.
Yeah, buddy.
Aw.
Every good story has a good beginning.
Yeah.
I want to hear about yours. I hear, rumor, a little bird right over here. It says something about you starting in 4E.
PJ,
Oh my gosh.
PJ told us that.
Yes.
Well, okay, crazy enough, PJ Spirit right here in bird form.
Oh, really?
Hello, I'm PJ Spirit, and you gotta start in 4th edition.
Thank you, PJ Spirit.
No problem, buddy.
Sorry.
Yeah, so there I was.
Oh, man.
But you're correct, 4th edition. So I grew up in...
Congratulations.
Oh, it was rough.
As it is for majority of people. But no, continue.
Right.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, no, I say, okay. So I grew up around the end of the Satanic Panic.
Oh, cool.
So D&D was this nebulous, devil painted on a wall. It was there, but I didn't know what it was. It didn't really exist, right? So I didn't have any access to it until I got to college. And when I was in college, the system that it came out was 4th edition D&D.
Cool.
So my first access to rolling dice and doing the whole thing was, I think, the highest epitome of a first timer. It was a human paladin where all the stats were awful. I had no idea what I was doing. and I died in my first game.
Oh, wow.
But to be fair, it was a sacrifice. I was all play, no roll. I was like, let's go. I'm going to sacrifice myself for the greater good. And this guy's like, this is your first character? And there I am, just like with no concept, like, yeah, he's going to do this. And he goes, all right, he gets a boon from Bahamut and you're back alive. And I'm like, yay! And then I learned, oh, wait a minute, actions have consequences, stats matter. I need to figure out how this all works. And I was off the race. But yeah, my very first time ever was 4th edition D&D as a human paladin, a trope that I would never, ever touch again every single game. And, yeah, that's my story.
I'm just picturing like the generic World of Warcraft human male, brown hair, mustache paladin.
Not mustaches, because they give me there's some great stashes in the world. I know some great stashes, but like on me, they just give me the heebie-jeebies.
Okay.
I'm not a fan.
But what about your human paladin?
Human paladin was
Clean shaven.
What's he dressed?
Blonde
He
hair.
might have been clean shaven. I think he probably looked like exactly like me in college.
Oh.
So if you go back to my Facebook long enough, you'll see the before times, and then there he is.
There he is. What was his name? Do you remember his name?
Like every good game master and dungeon master, I only have 5 names on a list somewhere that I keep for when I need to pull one out.
Frank.
Frank, his was Tobias.
Okay. I love that. I love that.
That was the name of the only dog I ever had as a kid. Toby.
Toby.
I love that name.
I always think of, whenever I hear Toby, I always think of The Office. That's just me. Lost has never seen The Office, so.
Don't put lies out there.
Lost-
when I hear
Lost
Tobias,
thinks the
when
British-
I hear Tobias, I go
Lost
to-
thinks the
I
British
go-
Office.
Sorry.
I go to Animorphs.
You
That
lost
was
me
one
there.
of my favorite characters. It was a great book series growing up.
That's right. He was the one who turned into the red-tailed hawk a lot, right?
That is correct. Well, so much so that in the first book, he stayed one.
Oh.
Read Animorphs. It's a great book series.
I'm not going to read Animals. I barely have time to do anything.
Well, get Bev to start reading.
No, she does read, but she reads things
Yeah,
like.
but does she read on an 8th grade level?
She's 2.5, of course.
It's a great book series about PTSD and war.
Yeah. Child soldiers thrown into an intergalactic opera of death.
Yep.
Sounds
You
like
can't get better than that.
You can't, honestly. PJ, the first time I ever saw you, I fell in love.
Was today.
No, I've seen PJ on TikTok for quite some time. We've been following each other. We commented on a few of each other's posts. We've had
Okay,
discussions
brag,
before.
why don't you?
I do. This is me bragging. PJ, when did you decide that social media and TTRPGs was a good combination for you? Because I do see that I'm very impressed by the amount of work that you put into your TikToks, the helping of all of your. I mean, like, you give so much good world building and GM advice. You always communicate with your comments. Like, you get a lot of comments on your stuff too, or at least a lot of the videos that I see are you commenting to comments, or commenting to comments of commenting of comments that you've commented on. Say that 5 times fast. But no, I'm impressed by it. So I want to know, when did you decide, like, hey, social media, TTRPGs, let me do this? Or was it more on the lines of like actual plays with TTRPGs and then back into social media?
I think it started in 2018. Now, when I say this, I don't say it in any way. I am proud that this was where I got my start, but I'm not proud of the people that I was doing this with.
Happens.
And yeah, in 2018, I was working on a show called Arcana High on the Maze Arcana channel, run by somebody who has always been a problem, but finally there was just too much evidence and we were able to kind of kick them out. The show was fun, but that was kind of where I started seeing how the line between content creation and social media is a very thin line. Mm-hmm. They are, in fact, this double helix moving inward and outward from each other.
Very much.
When you are creating anything, especially when you are creating content, that content is immediately social media. You just have to put it on the website. And I think that this can be very frustrating, disheartening, because we want to be art creators, we want to be storytellers, and we are. But we're using art telling and storytelling to effectively create content. And I think this is, I would love to go deep in the weeds on the conversation of content versus art, but that's a very different conversation. But to answer your question, so
no.
hey, when I answer this, let's get into the weeds on it. So 2018 is where it started, and then after that, like around 2019, I was come forward to by some former acquaintances of mine. They said, "Hey, we want to do a show like what you did in 2018, but we want you to be doing all of it, and we want to be players." And I was like, "Yeah, why not?" And so immediately we started getting to work, and I was like, "Well, we need a social media person because that's where everything lives and dies." And I asked them at the time. They were very good at social media to start with, and they've since become and successful on that. But it's just a feedback loop. When you put your ideas out there, and you need to be, there's someone there to pick it up, and sometimes it's luck. I'll be honest. I think everyone sits there and says there is one way to get work done, yada yada.
Yes.
Get success, and the thing is that's not true. No one knows what they're doing. What do the Assassin's Creed say? Like, nothing is real, everything's permitted. Like, you just do it until something takes off, and then you just start engaging, honestly. The one downside I've had recently, like you said, someone makes a comment, and I make a video and a comment in a video. You get into a cycle I called argutainment, where you just get stuck into petty, mindless fights because people are bored and they would rather fight than be bored. So that's why I've stopped doing some of that stuff, because I was like, I don't have the spoons to just pick fights with grognards all day.
As someone who is the only sole user of our social media, I get it. You got to be that person. Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. Again, I'm very impressed by all the stuff that you do. I haven't really seen, and this is just, I think, algorithm per se, right? I haven't seen you promote any of your stuff on social media, because the things that I'm seeing are you commenting on, are you talking about world building and what is going on in the forum at that point in time, which changes on a day-to-day basis, as you're well aware of. I don't even know what the thing is right now. I just know that artificial intelligence was the last thing, and it's still going to be there. But I want to talk about some of your APs that you've done. When we originally approached you to do this, you gave us 3. You gave us Norvel. Did I say it?
Noirvel.
Thank you, Loss.
Fly him here.
You gave us
Pronunciation only.
That's the only reason why he's here. You gave us the Shadows over Baldur's Gate, which you've kind of touched base on, and then you kind of also talked a little bit on the All Night Society. Which one came first?
Chicken or
Of
the egg?
those three?
Or if you want to talk about APs that you started, because I know you did your Nat 20 productions, but like how did getting into actual play start for you? Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, ironically, with the one I mentioned earlier with Maze Arcana, I met somebody at a LARP I went to, and I got invited to a house game, and we just played this game, and eventually he was like, by the way, this has all been like a trial. I was thinking about, presenting this to these people and doing the show. So Arcana High was, strictly speaking, the first AP I ever did.
Okay.
We did, I think, one season, and then things got really weird around the second. We never went live with the second, but it meant a lot to us. And then after that came Edge of Legend, which was a very, we did, I want to say like 130 episodes.
Jesus Christ.
3 seasons total. We did we raised like $20,000-ish for charity over the span of like 12 to 15 charity games. We accomplished a lot. It was a wild ride, to say the least. Learned a lot, experienced a lot, and then I think I put on a hiatus somewhere in 2023. And so that was the big one for a long time. And in fact, while I was doing Edge of Legend, I also did a podcast called Wayward Arcadium, which is more of like a fantasy high, but in college kind of vibe.
Cool.
Tans, the All Night Society. That is what came first out of those 3 that you mentioned previously. I got the audition actually from someone else I LARPed with.
Oh, cool.
And at first I was very hesitant. I was like, I don't know. I don't know very much about Vampire the Masquerade. Like, I'm not good at that game yet. And so I auditioned. I had this whole scene. I was crying. They were crying. And the entirety of that scene is what became effectively the very first episode that I appear in the show, which I think to this day is very hard to listen to, but like it's so good. I cry listening to it. I mean, I would because I'm, you know,
Because we're all narcissists here.
I mean, come on, we're putting out pieces of our subconscious for entertainment. If we're not narcissists, what else is wrong with us?
You're right.
True.
I mean, like, to be honest, just to diverge for a second, Lawson and I created a film back in 2016, 2017 called "Am I Out There?" It's on YouTube if you want to find it. We wrote it together with one of our old DMs, and we filmed it. We raised about 10 grand to produce it. And it was a very big learning experience, if I could say for myself. But I cry every time at the very final scene in the movie because it is the heartfelt. It is the whole theme of the movie in that last minute, you know. And it is one of those things where you just sit there and you're just proud of the art that you did because there was no. I mean, and I'm only speaking for myself, but there was no preconceived notion. There was no kind of, I'm doing this to get into South by, even though that was one of our goals. It did not happen. But we were doing this because we wanted to do it, you know? And I think and I'm assuming that in the case with your character from the All Night Society, you know, getting back into it, doing that, and putting all of your heart into that character to be able to do that, even in your audition, right? It's not so much of you doing it because you're trying to be a performer. You're doing it because you're an artist at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I was
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Also, I don't want to.
That was Deep Thoughts with Brad Silman.
Thank you so much, NPR Radio.
Welcome to DNDMPR. I'm your host.
Hold up. I think we have an idea right here.
There you go. Why not?
PJ, there you go. You've made the cut. This is just an audition. I hope you're ready to LARP. You need to come to Texas. I'm kidding. Don't leave.
I have a pink gambison that I rocked for half a decade somewhere in. Okay, but the rule is no one's allowed to talk above a whisper.
No, if you, unless you're the Ira Glass character and you're just introducing segments.
But what if there is no Ira Glass character?
Then you just stay softly like this.
Wonderful. So PJ, you were telling us
Yes.
about your audition and you being proud of you in the All Night Society and a little bit of your narcissism. Could you please
Yes.
dive into that a little bit more?
Yes, absolutely. What was I going to say? Right. So I had this theory about role players, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Because there's this ideal or belief that we hold that we are saying that this character is not us. We pride ourselves on having that elongation into the unknown, right? And I've done a lot of like observing and thinking and stuff, and I realized that I don't think that's necessarily true. I think the kind of pitfall of genuinely, period, all role play, period, is that anything you create is always informed by you. You are there in the character, not just because you're inhabiting those feelings in real time, but because even if you're playing something you despise or you feel as your antithesis, that antipathy. Yeah, that's a word. That antipathy is still informed by who you are. So, the key difference, like if you go into Hollywood and you are handed a role, that character is largely already made. You may be able to inform some different creative choices, but the root of it is not so internal. But if you're role playing, you have to make everything wholesale from cloth, and that cloth is always you. Mm-hmm. So everyone's like, "Oh, this didn't affect me because that's just my character." Nice lie, homie.
Bullshit.
Exactly. Bullshit. You busted. No, because we know for a fact that you're crying on the inside. It's okay, homie. That's why I have decomp, so we can cry about it.
See, now I went off about this on the last episode, so I'm not going to do it too long on here. But what you just said, that's literally how I approach acting and role playing. There is no my character. There is, if I'm speaking in the third person, I am speaking in the third person as the person. It's me, it's I, it's mine, it's you, it's yours. There is no, well, what would, oh, I think Forte would do this. This is how Forte feels. For me, that I can't do that. It's not how I was trained in theater or acting in general. It's not how I speak anytime I do a play or what have you.
It is how he speaks in real life, though.
Well, Nicholas does like to be separated from Nicholas.
But this is a good thing, though, right? Because like if role players are listening right now, and maybe you're getting a little defensive, you're like, "Oh no, wait a minute." Hey, understand this. This is a moment of grace. You are giving yourself grace by saying this character is a part of me. Ergo, it's a proxy of me. It's giving you the right to speak up about what you're feeling at the table. If something is bad, it's okay, because people can't just say, "Oh, it happened to your character." Guess who's piloting it? If my plane blows up, the guy in the cockpit is still on fire. You know what I mean? Like, so let that be grace to say, you know what? Yes, I need to be careful what I'm putting forward. If my character's feeling something, I'm feeling something, I need to speak up. Like, let that be freedom, not some judgment about, oh, you're not good enough because you can't remove yourself from a character you invented based on you. No, be free.
With Nat 20 Productions, with the stuff that you run, how did you put your team together?
It's a very good
question.
question.
Who is your team? Do you have a team?
So right now in Nat 20 Productions, no. I have put that to rest for a little bit. And
I'm so glad that's the option I chose.
No. It's okay. It's okay. I can work around it. Watch this. Because now I'm working with Critic Chronicles and Dungeon Divided, and the teams that we have there, there is a skill and a gift in knowing how to assemble the Avengers. Because when you are doing an actual play, you are now the Avengers, because you have to work cohesively every time to get one thing done.
Yeah.
And there are some lessons I had to learn the hard way going through that 20 Productions process. But like with Critic Chronicles, Cujo is a badass. He is a one-man army, but one-man armies get burnt out. And I was like, listen, dude, it's time to form the Avengers, okay? We need to get people together. So you have to reach out to people that you know. Have at least one or two people that you know more than you. Always. Because they may not have your vision, but they'll know how to make it come true. Then find two or three people that are either more skilled or more energetic at doing things you don't have the energy for. Like, when you're GMing 4 times a week and you're editing 4 times a week, don't do social media. Get someone who's like, I have the skills. I have the Buffer program, buffer.com. It's free. I can take these video assets, and I can just put them out there. No problem. Find your team. Find your Avengers. Find people that you trust, that you like. But the big trick here is that you also need to find people that you can exist away from. Be a part of, because I think one of the problems when we form a team, I love being a nerd, but sometimes we are a little love bomby and a little incestuous, and we want everything to be so emotionally validating all the time. And we can't have that, especially if we're going to be productive. Sometimes you need people that you go, I love you, I will die for you, but it's Tuesday, so don't talk to me. Like, we need to have people that we can uplift like angels and compartmentalize like burritos, and we need that, because if we don't, we will go insane trying to make that work.
Real quick, before we dive into that a little bit more, I just started watching, and you liked it on TikTok, but I just started watching Bitten, right? And Cujo is in Bitten. This is the first time I've ever seen Cujo in anything, and this actually is the first time I've seen any of those players in an actual play, right? I follow Daniel the DM who is in that, and it's phenomenal. And I'm just so impressed by all of them. And I'm just like, holy shit. But no, Cujo seems to be like, I like Cujo a lot. I don't even know Cujo, but I like Cujo a lot. But
Cujo's
yes,
a great guy, very good dungeon master, very good performer. I forgot. I think the first time I ever played with him was doing My Hero Academia, and then we got to play as actual co-stars during the Noirvel game, where we're all bad guys. I'm Thor's evil brother Tyr.
Loki.
He's someone that got. Whoa! I've been playing the wrong character for all this time.
I'm kidding. You're playing Thor's evil brother. What is it? What is his name?
Tier.
Tyr.
Tyr.
Like Tyr, the god of justice. My whole idea is like, what if Tyr, the god of justice from Norse mythology, this Asgardian, he is tired of letting justice be for just us, and he has just had it. So it's like everyone can catch strays now.
I love it.
I will make justice happen whether you like it or not. And he's playing a symbiote Haver. So like that's where we got to role play together. Great role play, awesome dude, sweetheart, great dungeon master. Has the ability to pick up and learn any skill. But he's still one person, and he should not be doing 9 things at once. I've done that before. It drove me insane, and it really showed me who the right people are when you're forced in those positions.
What was the journey for you like, though, to find out that if you want to go into this, so like putting too much on your plate, right? And figuring out, oh shit, I am doing way too much. I am relying on myself too much to do stuff. Like, did you have a breaking point, or was it like somebody coming up to you and being like, hey man, I care about you? Or like, can you elaborate just that a little bit? Because I do feel like in our society, especially right now, a lot of people carry too much on their shoulders. And a lot of people say, oh, I am worthy based upon how much I can do, et cetera, right? So what was that journey like for you when you found out that you can't do 9 things at one time?
I'm going to say it's loaded not because intentionally, but it's loaded because obviously there's so much background radiation leading to this point.
Of course.
Right? We live in a society where, especially if you are built to look a certain way, the expectations upon you are very different. And sometimes heavier than others, or heavy in a way that no one else would consider, yada, yada, right? When I was going through that, I was met initially with love and grace. At the beginning, when I didn't need help, I was met with love and grace. And when I got to the point where I was realizing, hey, listen, I'm spending 60 hours a week working for this company. This person goes off for 4 months at a time to do what they want to do, and they have the right to do that. But then when they come back and we've had to do work without them, we get yelled at, we get talked down to, we get some horrendous treatment that I will not go into, but let's just say it was driven by their feelings that they have not been able to get over. It made me realize that after a while, people will dig a hole for you. Doesn't matter what your intentions are, how much you love them, how much you're breaking yourself because you love them. When you love somebody and you're building something only for them, you might get something out of it. You might get like a little like, oh yeah, that's great. That was a good time. That was fun. But then you're losing yourself because they don't care anymore. They can't be, because they're tired of you building. They're tired of you needing help. They're tired of you being the burden who's doing 9 jobs.
Interesting.
And they can't give you that help anymore because now they're tired. Now they're burnt out. Now they're jaded. And when you do 9 things by yourself for too long on a team that's letting it happen, by a team that when you ask for help and they say no to your face, as hard as it is, because you're proud of the hole that you've dug, you've built something and you're proud of that, you have to say, if I'm going to be okay, I need to stop digging. I could dig all the way to China, and it's never going to make the situation better. That's what I've learned the hard way. And it's crazy because sometimes you're not even aware of the toll it's taking until just that last little bit of weight is thrown on.
Yeah.
I remember for me, it came after a what I'll call one bad night. It's a very long story, but long story short, I trusted somebody, and I found out the hard way that this person was a monster. And so by freeing myself of this monster, which I couldn't quite understand exactly what was happening at the time, that's all it took for me to realize everything up to this point was too much. And I was sacrificing myself and throwing myself and building things because I loved people that could not return or show up at this point. And that's when you have to say, I've literally lost a piece of myself to build this. If I'm going to get better, I need to stop and know that there are good teams and that there are teams who show up and the teams that fall apart. Sometimes you think you have a good team, and then you see times change, things mutate. We learn about ourselves, we learn about the dark sides, we learn about the inevitabilities. So when you're making a team, you need to be able to say, can you do the thing? Will you do the thing expecting nothing in return? Can we be best friends, and then can we walk away? Because at some point, for one reason or another, you might have to walk away.
So that leads me to trust. You are a DM. You're running it. You hand it off to an editor. How much do you, and this is part of building your team, how much do you trust the person to do you right? Or do you go, hey, I don't really want you to cut anything out. I just need you to trim, clean the vocals up, the audio, make it match. However you approach that. But when there does come to be something where maybe they're like, hey, you might want to re-listen to this. This isn't good. Mm-hmm. Do you value that? Or is it a situation where you're like, hey, I hear you. You weren't a part of this game. This is what's going on. This is what I'm aiming for. How much conversation, I guess, goes between that, and how much do you trust the person to just kind of for you to walk away and not have to deal with it?
So I would say 50-50. 50% I trust you based on either a portfolio or some level of experience, right? We've worked together in the past. I know because I've seen it. I've worked with that raw material, or you have a YouTube up, or you actually have some form of official portfolio that I can see your style, tone, and effort. But I also have to have the 50% to not like something, but let it be. Mm-hmm. Let it be. It's like getting an art commission. I have had the absolute pleasure of getting some great art commissions, and sometimes I don't like it.
Yeah.
But I can still see the value of it. I can still see that they have skill and talent, and they went in a direction. And sometimes, especially when you're working fast like an AP, you have to go, you know what? You're talented, you're skilled, this ain't it. But for right now, we can put it out, and we can always get another person later. Because the thing is, you both have rights in this conversation. You have the right to not like what it is and ask for something else, or to go somewhere else down the road. And they have the right at a second shot. So it really comes down to that 50-50. I know what you can do, and either I have to just shrug and go, hey, good enough, or I have to be able to go back and go, hey, listen, I like this, some notes, change here. And even if it doesn't rustle your jimmies, sometimes you just got to put it out, whether you don't like it or not, because you can always get it done another time.
Yeah, because I've been saying this for 10 years now. Perfection is the thing that kills creativity. Do you know what I mean? We were taking an improv class. Do you remember Sine Loss?
Oh, I do.
Sine was one of the stars of our improv school. Like came up at the same time, but always funny in everything that they did. And then moved to Amsterdam and is like a professional comedian in Amsterdam, which is strange. And I love that for them. But we were talking about, they were doing like a short series on YouTube or something like that they were producing themselves. And I was asking them about it one day in class, and they were like, oh, this is really hard for me because I am setting that goal that it needs to be out on X date, whether it's 100% or not. And I have to trust that, if I try too hard at it, it's never going to go out there.
Because honestly, I've had this too with like my Instagram. I'm just posting selfies half the time because you got to do something.
Yeah, you are.
I'm out there letting them know. What does even that mean? Just say tip for anyone in the room. If you don't know how to talk about yourself, just say I'm out here letting them know. Don't go into details. Let them
know.
let them know.
Let them
know.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. So my thing is like, because I've had this happen so many times where I will get a picture back, like a selfie, or like I went to Ren Fair and this guy took a really nice shot of me. And at the time I looked at it, and I'm very critical of how I look, right? So I'm looking at this thing, I'm like, I don't like that. But it's content and it's me, so I should put it on the internet. So I do. And I'm like, whatever, let's just do it. And the funny thing is, I gave myself the right to just let that exist. And in time, it's become one of my favorite photos of me in armor at the Ren Fair.
Love it.
And I've had people like hit me up going like, oh my God, can I take a photo with that guy? Hey, can you show up to set in that armor? And I'm like, yeah, I'll show up to set in that armor. Not even my best work, but I'll do it. Just give yourself, put it out there. Give yourself the grace to be like, F it, go.
I got a funny question. Okay, we've been talking some serious stuff lately. Okay, I want to know, and you'd mentioned this in your questionnaire that we sent to you. You like wrestling?
I do indeed.
Okay, so I'm gonna mix the two worlds together real quick. Okay, D&D and wrestling, and I'm not gonna go into the Dimension 20 show because I haven't seen it yet. But who would win in a 1v1 cage match between your three actual plays that you just mentioned? Your Tyr, the god, right?
Tyr Odinson, yeah.
Your vampire, the Marcus, and then your vampire masquerade character.
Oh my God! First of all, I want to take some time to hype up Noir. The Noir Enigma is a really awesome guy working his ass off, and the entire Noirville world really is amazing. And I feel like I've loved everything we've said, but I also want to show how much love I have for this, and I've not been able to hype it up enough. Go to YouTube, go to Althaven, look it up. Season 1 is amazing. He put so much effort into the little things that it's chef's kiss. But that being said, that's tough because we're looking at a street fighter from hell who's made deals with the devil, and one day, if I'm lucky, Cujo, I love you, might kill a devil himself, might kill a god.
Cujo, if you're listening to this.
Yes. We got the devil killer, actually, as I like to call him, the beast of brimstone, Marcus Hellhammer. We have an actual Norse god in Tyr Odinson, and that's a lot of crazy Marvel power to begin with. And then we have Alex Scott, who, God love him, Alex Scott is a Bruja, and he is very strong. He is very, very strong.
A vampire, I'm assuming.
Yes, a Bruja vampire who's faster than bullets and can throw a Buick with one hand. So like he's showing up to the party, and he's not a bad fighter. But I think if it was a triple threat match,
cage match,
Marcus Hellhammer, cage match, now see, there's a lot of ways here because they could go over the top, they could go out through the door, or they could be last man standing.
We're gonna say last man standing.
Last man standing. Okay, last man standing.
Thank you, Loss. Loss is my translator for wrestling.
So we have a triple threat cage match, last man standing only rules, no over the fence, no through the door. Oh, they're both so crazy strong. You know what? No, I'm going to give it to Tyr simply because Tyr has time travel powers. And you can't win a fight that you're not there for. So he can just be like, get in the portal. I'm sending you to Pompeii, you bastards. Get out of here. And just send them off.
I love it. But no, I wanted to give us a little lightheartedness.
Absolutely.
After some like very, very deep and retrospective thoughts that we just had.
Well, let's dig more into Noirville.
Okay.
Let's start with, how did you get involved?
That's crazy. I don't know if this is a blessing or a curse. I don't actually remember. and I say that because that means that I guess I have the privilege of just getting work sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. Noir, I feel so bad if I either A, I'm not telling this beautiful story of how we played together, or if I'm selling you short. I don't remember if I did a Google form. I don't remember if I did a monologue. I just remember one day being blessed with a group chat about, hey, so y'all playing bad guys. And I was like, yeah, I want to play Tyr. And someone else was like, I want to be a werewolf, Laura. And someone's like, I want to be a spoopy witch, LB. And she's a crazy good witch. Yeah, that's all I remember is just all of a sudden I'm in this group chat and we're building this insane crew of bad guys. And I think we called ourselves like the God Squad because like I was a god and the other person was a god. That person worked for a god. Like it just became quickly unhinged and I loved it. Yeah, and then we just started. I think we started recording. We pre-recorded everything in 2024, and we let the first episode out as like I think proof of concept, and then we re-released the first episode with way amazing details, and now you can see all of them out. In fact, I think last night, they just went live with the second season of the Agents of Lovely. They're kind of like the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but a little different.
Oh, I've pulled the website up. There is a website, by the way, noirvel.com.
Yes, we have some great merch on there, like uppies for the boys. So if you're a boy who likes to get his uppies on, we got merch for you.
Can you explain to me what an uppie is?
It is exactly what a baby tells you it is. It's pick me up and make me feel small.
Thank you, sorry.
It's not my yum, but I'm not going to yuck it. I get it. Like, I think Rhea Ripley's awesome. If she wants to pick me up and just, coddle me like a child, like, okay, I could use a nap.
Done. Easy.
Easy.
Uppies for the boys. Okay, I'm with it now.
Well, I don't know, Brad. You just said you're with it. I feel like when people say that, they're not.
Look, I like to be the little spoon sometimes, okay? Just being honest.
That I support. I think
Thank
all
you.
people deserve the right to be the little spoon every now and then. Hug me. Don't make me always do the hugging.
Listen, all my characters, all they want is to be hugged, okay?
See, I tried to go for the fork.
See, PJ,
See, we're
is...
out here trying to spoon, and you're just looking for a good forking. Just a
just looking
good,
for a
cheap
good
forking.
fork.
You see, PJ, this is the part where I will cut it out of the episode.
No, this is the good stuff. This is what you say for the Patreon investors. You want to hear us being absolute goobers? $5 a month.
Boom. Yeah.
We're working on it, okay? We're working on it. We're not
No
there
rush,
yet.
no must.
No,
Do
well,
you think? Do you?
I appreciate it.
Like you need my permission. What the hell?
Listen, if you
He
haven't,
does. He started this whole thing being like, I need to get PJ's permission to do Patreon or we're fucked.
PJ, I don't know if you've noticed this about me, but I'm one, very apologetic, and two, I need people to tell me it's okay. I'm going to therapy, okay? So
I was just say, hey, Brad, same, buddy, because I'm going through that exact same problem where I'm like, I need to make sure that people know that I'm caring about them. I need to make sure I'm not overstepping. And we're all going through it. It's called trauma.
it's
We
called
all have it.
trauma. You know,
Trauma.
it's such a funny
Or
thing.
you could be just awesome like me. Nice and
And we
simple.
thought we were the narcissist. Look at this guy.
So you
I'm
know
an
what?
actor, my guy.
Listen,
Fair. Actually, that's funny. Okay, so I'll say this. I think we throw around the word narcissist too much, and sometimes I think we throw it around too little. Ooh, hot take. I don't know. That's not my hot take.
we're not.
but
We're save the hot takes, okay?
Yeah, well,
no, it's not my hot take. But I just think, especially in this scene, because like after quarantine, let's be honest, we created a world, we created an industry that people could get overly rewarded, and narcissism thrives on reward. And I do think that there has been more of a prevalence in the spectrum of narcissism, especially around us, because it can be so rewarding to be a part of this, especially ego-based. I could say after having gone to 4 different therapists and taking multiple tests, I'm not narcissistic. I'm just traumatized.
Listen, hug the man, Loss. Hug him, okay?
Hug my rippling back.
Oh, it's wavy.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think
some of it's
Morse
the hair,
code's
some of it's the
happening?
sweat.
What
Yeah,
are you
I'm sorry.
What are you hearing in the? What are you reading from the Morse code, Loss?
Let me see here. My name is Kermit. Help me. I'm trapped.
We've
He ate me about 30 minutes ago. You need to save me. I am stuck in here.
It sounds like
I hold Kermit the Job in the whale. That is PJ. Help me.
okay. Look, you're a great Kermit, but that almost sounded like an artificially intelligence, like robot Kermit. Help me! I am here to serve.
So we're just gonna do the next 5 minutes as Kermit, right?
I am
Correct.
I'm not great at Kermit. That was the best I could do, and
Honestly, that was pretty good, Brad. That
Appreciate
was-
Welcome to Behind the Screen with Brad and Loss. Here's our guest, PJ.
Yay! That's all I can do too. I can only do like the first things of certain characters. Like Will Smith, I can go never mind, I'm not gonna do it now. But like Kusk, like the guy
It was
from
wild. He just slapped PJ.
It just happened. And he
just
said,
happened.
See,
he
I
said,
told
keep
you.
Jada Pinkett Smith's name out your mouth. And I'm like, that wasn't even the conversation. But thank you.
like Kronk and Cusco's Emperor New Groove, right? I can do the Cusco's poison. That's it. That's all you got. Anything after that, it's done.
That's not true. He does it very well. I've listened to it.
And this is where I need validation.
minutes.
But you know, you're not too far off. That's what I'd call an activation phrase. If you are trying to do
for
a
sure.
voice or whatever, like I just need to get my tongue in my brain. Like for example, when I'm doing Marcus, I'm like, okay, my Cajun isn't the best, but I need to do something. So like I'll say like Las Le Bon Bon. Oh, I'm gonna mess it up right in this interview. Las Le Bon Bon Relais. Or sometimes I'll say, what was it? What he said in one episode, I am L'Enfant Diablo. I'm the child of the devil, me. Like, I get that. I'm like, okay, there's the voice.
There you
There's the
go.
swagger. I got it back. And that's all you got to do. You have a Kronk activation phrase. Just play with it a little bit.
Let me ask you this: do you ever do like a physical, like a biomechanical kind of right to get to your voices? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I have some friends that are voice actors, and I've learned some of the tricks from them. Sometimes where you kind of put your mouth and your body, it activates a sound that comes out of there. I had one show with my friend Wes Johnson, and I was playing this guy who was big, and he was a Goliath, and he was like a soldier. So I had to kind of talk down here to get that kind of a gravel voice for the character. And you know, and it's just doing that little voice, making sure the air comes out between those teeth, getting my shoulders into it, so I get that the air breath is coming down. That's one thing. Also, sometimes if I play like old crazy people,
You always
squinting my eyes and hunching works. I don't know. Like I did a charity show and I was playing, I'm playing Bingus, and for some reason Bingus is here and he's hunching and he's like, I shoot him in his Bingus. I don't know, man.
No, I mean, that's perfect. I mean, Lost does it every time. So we only record probably about once a month. We do like 2 or 3 sessions at a time, right? And Lost will always, because he does a recap as his character. And he'll always start the first episode. He'll be like, "Oh, where's the voice? Where's the voice? Forte Blackfoot," and he'll get into it.
Yeah,
He'll just, So
It's
no,
just
activation
and
phrase.
that's part of that is because I used to be for the last 2, technically 3, though it got canceled like 2 episodes in. I used to be Preston Goodplay on Rooster Teeth's Camp, and I also
I love
had.
Camp. So sorry. I love Camp.
Well,
I-
I'm Preston Goodplay in seasons 3, 4, and 5.
Hold on. You understand? I've binged the entire thing. Let's see. I've watched it from
Do
the
the
first
voice.
episode. The new. Do the voice. Yeah, let me hear Preston. Let me hear the voice,
Okay,
if you don't
so-
mind.
Yeah, no, that's
he
fine
doesn't,
because
okay.
I take Preston and I tone it down to get to Forte, right? So my starting phrase is always just me being like, "I'm Preston Goodplay. What are you talking about? You get out of here right now with that shit."
Holy, sorry, I'm feeling the spirit. You're the guy that does all the Shakespeare plays at the park that they
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude, I have literally binged your shit. 2 in a row, 2 plays in a row. Oh my god, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I love your character, and I love it whenever he drops a swear word because I feel like it's so earned when he swears. It's so good.
Yeah,
'Cause
it
he's
was-
like, I'm just trying to do Romeo and Juliet, you assholes.
Now, I will say the Romeo and Juliet episodes, that was Jeff. That was the original Preston Goodplay. He left at the end of season 2. I was Preston Goodplay for Preston's standalone episode, Preston Goodplay's Good Play, which is where he does the juggling stuff. And everyone's like, which is actually funny that we're talking about this. because the whole premise of that episode is like doing your art versus doing art for others,
Yeah.
which is very much what content creation is. Where is the line between your art and what you're doing to make other people happy and their inputs and allowing it to affect you in what ways?
Absolutely. And you're right, because like if we look at content creation, if it is a form of art, how does it exist, versus art which has to, because here's the thing, the tricky part is they all must be consumed. Mm-hmm. But the difference is one is just a curation of your own persona, and the other is your persona curating something bigger than you into a media, right? Like this, I can see why we would get it confused, but I can't help but feel like at the end of the day, I hate to get all woo-woo about it, but there's like a different soul aspect to it. There's a different
It's like
internal
instant
temperature.
gratification versus letting you sit in it and actually
Yes.
think about it.
Well, the thing is with the social media is, I mean, we doom scroll, and I'll speak to my personal thing.
Oh, yeah.
If I don't,
Did that every day this week.
if I don't see something I inherently enjoy to see, I do not care to watch it. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And that's what you're kind of, I think, talking about, Loss, is the fact of like, trying to enjoy it and trying to sit in it opposed to having that instant gratification.
Well, I think actually, like,
I could be wrong.
your take is very correct, but what I was going with more was like seeing a play versus seeing a 10 to 15 second clip of something. Mm-hmm. The clip, it's there, it's funny, it hits you, it goes away, you share it, you move on with your life. A play, you're sitting there for anywhere between 90 minutes to 2 hours, musicals as well. And in my opinion, a really good show like that, you don't stop thinking about it. But I think with social media and the really quick videos, it's very hard to swipe, move to the next one, and then be like, but there was that one that brought up a really good point. Mm-hmm. Whereas I think there's other media, television, film, anything that you have to sit there for a longer amount of time for, that's where you get to be like, oh, I see why this is working. I see the story. I feel really sad about this, but I don't need the music to tell me to feel sad. I just am sitting with my own thoughts and my own experience and bouncing it off of this.
I definitely see that. Like, another great example, I went on a date, very lovely date to the Getty a while back, and there's
Nice.
one painting that, it's a very good time. If anyone's in LA and you want to press somebody or you just want to have a great time, go to the Getty. It's so good.
Go see art.
Go see art.
Go see
Go
art.
see art. Coming to a theater near you. Theater now. But there's this one piece of art, I'm trying to remember the name of it. It was like springtime or something. And it was just really cool, like just a simple portrait, but it was all built vertically of this festival going through a Grecian town celebrating like Demeter or Persephone, springtime. Sure. Very, very Greek. Very Grecian, I should say. And the more we looked at it and stared at it, the more layers we saw. Like, there is no way this painting was just done in a day. This probably took multiple years, because the finite details, the hidden details, the different meanings, the multiple perspectives trapped at different angles of this tiny Grecian alley during a parade. Everyone was a living creature. No one was a filler character. Now, take that piece of art designed to make you feel 4 things at once. Now doom scroll a bunch of gym bros slamming waist down, talking about, working through demons to new metal. Like, that's not art. I don't care what anyone says.
You bring that up, the finite details of this creation of art, right? Mm-hmm. And it just brought this thought up into my head of like, could you imagine the level of just like conception to create that, not just in like the details of being an artist, right, but the story as a painter that you're trying to tell, and keeping that narrative for as long, and you say for years, I'm assuming it's years as well, years of painting this one painting to tell this one story, and keeping that through line through the entirety of that, and that consistency, that drive, that desire to be able to tell this one story. It's just such it just popped in my head of just like how insane that is to think, because right now there's a lot of that situations of like, okay, we got to create this and put it out so we can create that, so we can create that. And you kind of, and this is just my opinion, because I'm a very much of the mind of, I have an idea and I love it and we do this. And then I'm like, oh shit, wouldn't it be cool if we did this? You know what I'm saying? It's not as focused. It's not as detailed. So for me, I feel like I'm just impressed with people, especially back in that time, and especially with artists these days who are staying true to one narrative. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but to circle that back, that's why I like actual plays.
I was going to circle it back too. Absolutely. But please go deeper. I want to hear what you have to say.
I said it already. We're storytellers. I love stories. When we are doing actual plays, or really any podcast, doesn't even have to be an actual play. I listen to Comedy Bang Bang. I love that podcast. The guests are recurring, the characters are recurring, and they still have their story happening, no matter how many years is between the appearances. It's always comes back to story for me. We tell a through line. For our podcast, we have seasons 1 and 2, and we're wrapping up season 2 here shortly. Last episode were so many callbacks to the first season. The story's still there. The story hasn't changed. It's evolved while still being the same thread. The very, we'll say, broad strokes of it are still there, but the finite, the details are very, very different. And that's what I love. That's those through lines with anything that you've done, PJ. Now, I obviously we're talking. I've looked you up. I've listened to some of them.
He's looked you up
haven't listened
and
to
down.
your entire.
Hey, yo.
Uppies for the boys, you know?
Let's go.
The fact that you just pointed at Brad tells me that our configuration is the same. And that's so rare for this.
I was doing like this or that.
I thought you were just like, this guy fucking gets it.
This guy gets it.
He was Risen, okay? You know the Rizzler?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't know the Rizzler.
Yes, I know the Rizzler. I watch AEW. Those guys are big in AEW. So
I hate that they're big in AEW. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm glad that the guy who goes boom is getting his second chance in a bigger ring. Like, hey, love that for him. But as someone who it hurts my soul sometimes.
me and my brother are not fans of it either.
Oh, thank God.
So what you're saying is the Boom and Doom guy is a big doom. Sorry.
Wait, does he say Doom? Is that something he does?
Yes.
Yeah,
I've actually never seen any of his online stuff.
Lost.
Dude, it's this in 5 seconds. Him and a heavyset younger kid just go to Costco.
His son.
His son? Oh, okay. Well, because the Rizzler's not his kid, but apparently he's in the fucking family. Anyway.
It's the universe, okay? They've created their own MCU.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they go to Costco and they imbibe in the wonderful ambiance of Costco, and they give it either a boom or a doom on the very linear binary spectrum of good or bad. It's either a boom or a doom, chocolate chunk cookie or a hammock. You know, like that.
First off, both of those are booms together.
You
big
can't.
boom.
You can only have
Super
one or the
boom.
other. You can't.
Super
That's the
boom.
thing.
I'm just saying, if I had a double chocolate chunk cookie in a hammock right now, I would be on boom time, baby. Clock doesn't end on boom time when I'm in a hammock with a cookie.
We're going to Boom City full of hammocks and cookies.
God, I hope they listen to this. I hope that he's the type of guy that just reads every single comment, finds his name in any kind of thing, and just watches it, consumes
He
it.
does like a Google search or a Google alert for his name, and he's like, "Hey, these guys in this podcast said my name, and they said boom and doom," and he's gonna listen to it, and he goes, "Those motherfuckers!" Just so mad.
And we're gonna get a TikTok loss, and we're gonna blow up, and they're gonna be like, "So you want to be a hero? Is a big
fucking guy."
doom." Okay, sorry. So we were talking about art and actual plays.
Oh,
and
yeah, that's right.
The through line here, right?
Yes. That's why I like actual plays, because there is a through line and there is a story there. That 5 minutes I just took up.
But, you know,
10 words.
But that's also why I like actual plays with the storytelling, because storytelling is not just a one and done system. You have ABC storytelling, you have character driven storytelling, you have dual threads that can be twisted, and oh god, there's like a word when it starts off one thread and it looks like it's different, but it's not. Like in the 3 seasons I did for Nat 20, it was. The one big event was happening the whole time, but as they're going through it episodically, there's an ABC meta-narrative going throughout. With TANs, the Alumni Society, we had this great thing where like the interpersonal character stories were growing, and those were always the through lines, but the major narrative was the monster of the week, if you will.
Yeah.
Humans, werewolves, whatever we were fighting. And so that's what I think was beautiful. The person who taught me the most is Jeff Johns from the Green Lantern comic books. He really showed me the importance of, and this is something I think we all need to learn in AP space if we don't already, how to effectively tell long-term storytelling, which can get dicey when each show is 3 hours long. Putting that out there. So you really need to have a conversation with your audience as well as your players about what this story looks like, what this story moves. Because if it's like, hey guys, we're going to tell a story in 5 episodes in an hour and a half each, better be a drawing room comedy, because you're not going to be able to grow much beyond those 5 episodes at an hour and a half, especially with improv and setups and editing. Like, as much as I loathe hour-long 24-episode series, they at least have done the due diligence of letting that give them the room to breathe for long-form storytelling. And so I know we're in a fight, because the AP world, again, is one part art, one part content. And we've learned the content fatigue that we've come out of quarantine from. We can't just keep producing 3 to 4 hour long bangers at 100 to 150 episodes a pop.
No.
Right.
Not unless you're Critical Role and you're getting paid to do it. The emotional investment is very difficult. And as an audience, that means you're going to have to go into a 150 episode arc knowing there's going to be about 20 stinkers.
Yeah.
Maybe more. And that's no one's fault. That's just how it is.
It's like watching Dragon Ball Z when you were a kid, and there's
Bingo.
just entire episodes where Goku's just either charging up, or they're like, let's go see what Gohan's doing over here with Piccolo. Okay, so I just want to quickly ask, because you did name drop, and you name dropped, in my opinion, a pretty solid fucking name in Jeff Johns.
Yeah. So
How
we were
did
talking about
that
Green
come
Lantern.
about? Like, how did you end up, like, what brought your two worlds together?
I think you're misunderstanding Loss.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. No, I wish I learned the master's hand. No, I just studied his work and studied all of his interviews and his things.
Question withdrawn.
So,
Actually, no, I'll give you this. Though. I never trained with him, but there's a comic book shop somewhere out here in LA. And I was going there because there was a girl that I fancied. That, and I love comic books, but I thought she was really cute. And this is a good excuse to kind of hang out and see her and talk to her. Like most idiot guys, there's a girl involved. Anyway, but again, she is just a genuinely really cool person, and I love spending time with her. The store was really cool too. And I'm there one day, and there's just Jeff fucking Johns right there, good old JFG right there,
That's cool.
perusing. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And the woman's like, oh yeah,
he's a
this
regular.
is his comic shop.
Oh.
This is his comic book shop. I'm like, are you kidding me? It's like, yeah, he's like some percentage owner. I don't freaking know the numbers, but I'm like, what? So I'm like, no, play cool. He's only your modern day comic book idol. Play cool. And I thought, no, PJ, you need to go talk to him, because if you don't, you're gonna like regret it. So I walk up to him. I'm like, just be cool. And so at first, bro, I was ice. I was like, hey man, I just want to say your work on Rebirths, Hal Jordan and Barry Allen, masterful, and of course, Black's Night got me back into comics. So I just want to thank you. Shake his hand. The man's got the grip of a coal miner, like just like he's just crushing me. I'm like, ugh. Like my hand was a diamond when I left that grip. And And then I don't know if it was the sheer masculine strength of Jeff Johns, but then I started absolutely like geeking out. I was like, yeah, it was so good talking to you, Mr. Johns. I love your work. I can't wait to see the next book. Rebirth's going to be great. 52 is good. Bye.
He's like,
And I
now
left.
this makes sense.
Yeah. Now this is what I'm used to. And I was this close to getting him signed my copy of Hal Jordan Rebirth, the book actually that I first read from him, but he never signed it. I was this close, but he never got to it.
Talking about superheroes, modern superheroes. I want to talk about old school superheroes. I want to talk about really old school superheroes. I want to talk about I, Don Quixote, the Lord of La Mancha.
My destiny calls and I go.
I have a note here that Don Quixote, you draw a lot from.
Absolutely.
What's up with that?
What's up with that?
This is my new segment. What's up with that?
What's up with that? So she go really high, like, what's up with that? What's up with that? So I was first turned on to the Quixote when I was a child in a cartoon called Don Quixote and Sancho Panda. If you remember that, you get a hero point.
Hold up, Googling it.
Yeah.
All right, continue while he Googles.
So Don Quixote and Sancho Panda were a cartoon show on, I think, the USA Network.
Oh my God, I forgot about this.
Right? Dude, it's so weird. Anyways, this was a cartoon show that would happen like before or after the new Ghostbusters cartoon show. And I was like, he's so silly. And I didn't quite grasp it, but I watched it a lot. I knew the basic premise, like he sees things that aren't there and he goes fight them. Flash forward to high school, right? Like I'm hitting my beginning strides of what it means to be a man, like capital M man. I'm not just a boy, I'm not a male, I'm a man, and what does that look like?
Be a man. Sorry.
Be swift as a coursing river.
Continue. I'm so sorry.
Oh, sorry, look,
Why are you apologizing for Mulan? It's great.
it's one of the best songs in the movie. You gotta sing it.
we would drunkenly sing it during college all the time.
So good.
Yeah.
I used to do it on LARP days when like Sunday and LARP was over and I had no voice. I would sing it. Which did not sound good. So there I am, and the director of my theater company in high school wanted to do Man of La Mancha, the musical, and I was like, cool. I know a little bit about this dude. What's the full deal? So I went down the deep dive of like the book, the history, the musical, what Don Quixote stood for, what he meant. And I fell in love. The idea that being a man is one that loves and accepts and then works to protect and not judge. There, you have Dulcinea, the horribly traumatized woman that is abused by all the men in her life. She is described as the whore. And he looks at her and he says, I don't see that. I see a princess. I see divinity. I see Diana. Like, I see the beauty in you that people took from you. And I'm going to protect that. Sancho Panza, this big, buff, kind of simple, everyone made fun of him because he was stupid. And he's like, you're not stupid. You're pure of heart. You love so authentically. I'm going to protect that heart. And I'm going to go on a journey to show the world, like, yes, you're good, you're smart, you're beautiful, you're brave. But God damn it, you've lost integrity. You're letting people suffer because that's easy. Because there's money to be made in that. And I'm not going to change your minds. I'm just going to lead by example. That fucking hit me where it counted. I was like, you mean to tell me this old donkey dude is just like, I don't care if I'm going to fail. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to show the world what I believe in. I'm going to love and protect in the process. And if I'm lucky, I might inspire someone to do better. Not more, just better. Sign me the fuck up. That spoke to me as a 17-year-old. Like, I want to be that man. And so that metaphor for tilting at windmills, not because you're crazy, but because you see something beyond it. That stuck with me.
Yeah, I mean, it's seeing the best in people.
And then fighting to protect it. That's the biggest important part, because everything about Don Quixote is he fights. He's not just like, oh, look at you, Dulcinea. You're this beautiful. Okay, cool. He could blow smoke up your ass, go to the next town, and do it again. He's like, you're this beautiful creature. And if any of those assholes lay a hand on you, I'm going to take off my belt. And I'm going to slap him like a pinata, baby. Like, he's he does more than just feel something. He does something with that feeling. It lies his moral integrity. He's not a judge. He is just a protector. And if he does judge, it's because he's trying to show you what you're doing wrong, which is why the beautiful metaphor that he loses ultimately his mind, his soul, his mission. He loses everything to the Knight of Mirrors, a duke who wants to show him that he's wrong by reflection. And it becomes this beautiful battle of the mind and will of like, I'm right. And he goes, who cares? You're insane. And he's like, why does being insane matter when I'm right? It's just beautiful. And eventually he loses, but it's because he's old, not because he's wrong. His do better, love harder metaphor prevails when he cannot. And that's all this just to tell the Spanish Inquisition to go fuck off. Like, it's a beautiful book. So many layers to it. I'm getting sweaty just thinking about it.
Ooh. Uppies for the boys.
Okay,
Uppies
so
for the boys. That was my diatribe. So sorry, that probably took like 10 real world minutes. I'm so sorry.
No, it was great.
Hey, PJ. Mm-hmm. I hear you might have some takes. Let me just pull them out of the oven. Oh
my
wow.
God.
They're hot takes.
I should not have let that happen. I should not have let that happen.
That was great. If you can do that differently every time,
I think I will. I think I'm going to start that.
Yes.
This is the first time I tried it. Normally, I'm just like, oh, it's time for hot takes. Just tell us something about D&D or real life that you have an opinion on.
All right.
Yeah, go full McElroy with it. Just chew the scene. Find a way to make it yours, my dude.
Exactly.
All right, PJ, what you got?
Oh man, I have too many hot takes. I'll tell you what, you give me a hot take about something, and I'll hot take about it.
okay,
Even if I don't have any at all, I'll make one up.
Let's start with the first one. We'll keep it on track. Obviously, your favorite musical is Man of La Mancha. Least favorite musical? No, that's not a hot take. What is your hot take on?
Like, that's just asking him a question.
I know. I just wanted to know. I could talk about fucking musicals all day too.
We did that already.
D&D,
Loss.
I know. D&D hot take or TTRPG hot take.
Okay.
Let's
I
start
got
there.
one. I got one locked and loaded.
Okay.
Now, apologies in advance, but hot take. You don't actually like D&D. You just need it to survive a quarantine. It's my hot take. Because you've got to think about it, right? Like, every time I've talked to somebody, it's always like, how does this journey start? Well, I was in quarantine. Cool. So was everyone else. Awesome. And that's the thing. I think this whole thing's blown up to be an identity politics. It's an identity brand lifestyle. And I'm like, I don't think you actually like this thing, because why else would you fight so unevenly for it? I think you've just identified yourself with a brand to survive. And now that you don't need it to survive anymore, you don't know what to do with it. It's my hot take.
Ooh, that's a spicy hot. That might be the hottest hot take we've ever had.
I mean, tomato sandwich was kind of strange.
Okay.
What?
You might have the second hottest hot take we've ever had.
If you're listening to this, which I know you're not, thank you.
No, but I mean, think about it. Like, since quarantine, right? All the rules lights games, all the variants of games, all the hacks and homebrews and build-offs and rip-offs have exploded, which is beautiful. It's great for everyone. So happy to see it. But I think that's also indicative that, like, this love we have for one game isn't. And at a time where we've never had more options in our entire life, why would you only want to play one game?
I think they like friendship.
Yeah.
The quarantine for a lot of people was a lonely time.
It was
I
hard.
was lucky. I lived with two friends. I lived with my brother and our friend, and I consider him my friend. I lived with two friends. So we weren't alone, but there were a lot of people who only had fucking an apartment by themselves, and then everything shut down.
Yeah.
Where can they go? If they plan far enough in advance, or you can go home for a little bit, but you're like, I gotta quarantine X amount of days before I can get to you, or
And you
they're
have to do
just-
the same thing. So
Right. You have to do the same thing. And if you have that one family member that's like, fuck you, I'm not doing this, then you're like, well, then I can't come visit you, and this ruins the whole thing.
Yeah. Like we were at a point in time where the greatest economy you could have was a social one. And the only way to exercise that was online.
yeah.
I think that's where D20 fits really well, and kind of what we based So You Want to Be a Hero on, in the sense of when Brad and I came up with the idea, it was like, hey, we want you to be able to sit at the table with us. That's what we want it to feel like. We want to be friends. We don't want to be actors. Which is why we break the fourth wall so often and have all these asides, is we want it to feel like we're at the table, and we just wanted to take what we were doing at the table and just put it out there, because I was in a fucking artist dry spell. And I was like, I need to put something out there because I'm not doing jack shit right now. But going back to your hot take, yeah, like when you're lonely and you're listening to a group of people playing a game, you're not lonely anymore. You're having a good time. You're laughing again. You're like not doom scrolling. So I get that, where it's like you have all these other options, but you're sticking with what brought you comfort during the quarantine.
It's
And you
a
should
trauma
branch
bond.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think also, like, think about the only time you actually get to talk to your friends is when you went on a VTT to go play D&D 5e. So it makes sense. It makes total sense. There's nothing wrong with admitting, hey, this was a medicine. This was a coping tool. And I think we need to be able to step back and go, like, maybe I like it. Maybe I only like the people I play it with. But maybe it's time to play other things. Maybe it's time for me to do other things. Maybe it's time for me to get to woodworking. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Call of Cthulhu if you want to stay in the TTRPG.
so good.
Like, I played it finally for the first time a couple weeks ago, because one of my coworkers' friends was running it at Gen Con, and he needed a test game. And so just a group of us from work went over to his house, and the guy came over and ran the system for us. But I had been listening to Dungeons and Daddies play Call of Cthulhu, and I started looking up, and I listened to that. I went, "Oh, this sounds like a very fun game." And like, I've been wanting to branch out for that one for a while, and I finally got the chance, and I fucking love it.
Yeah.
Such a good game. We've played Vampire the Masquerade, or at least we started to, and it died pretty fast.
I've never played it. You did
And
that
then we
game
did Edge of
without me.
Empire. Well, not everything's about you, Brad.
Fair. But I thought we were friends, Lost.
Oh, that's
Hot burn from loss.
hot take. I'm not Brett's friend.
Oh.
We just met.
3 days ago.
In an email chain. I was there. I met them. It was
weird.
weird. So that's my hot take. Who else has a hot take?
I have a hot take, but I think it's not really a hot take. But it kind of jumps upon the stuff that's happening in the TTRPG community right now. I don't think there is a thing as a Dungeons and Dragons killer.
I don't know what you mean by that.
As a game, I don't think there is a game out there that will kill Dungeons and Dragons, because everyone says
okay.
that DC 20 or Draw Still or Daggerheart or Shadow Dark, is that the other one? I think that's the other one. All these games that are similar to an extent are going to be the ones that kill Dungeons and Dragons. And I don't think that you can kill Dungeons and Dragons because of how old it is. It's 50-ish years old, if not 50. The cultural effect that it has on people. It is, like, I mean, even jumping on your hot take, PJ, it's a gateway game into a lot of other things, right? If you played D&D during the pandemic and you had a group of people that were like, hey, let's play a different game, you either find out quickly that you're either into, like what you were saying, the brand of D&D or a TTRPG player, right? Or you truly like playing different games, and gaming is one of your actual hobbies, right? But I don't think that you can kill Dungeons and Dragons. In my mind, Dungeons and Dragons is like Call of Duty or NBA 2K, whatever, or any Marvel movie or anything like that. It has a fan base. You might be a regular. What do they call it? No, it's not a regular. A casual. You might be a casual and not care to branch out on anything else, and that's totally okay, right? But these indie games that are being released now, I akin it to things like A24, right? Or to Claire Obscure Expedition 33, right? These are games and films that are being created quality by a small amount of team with a small budget, doing what they do that inspires them and loves them.
That's true. A24 has had very few misses, in my opinion.
Yeah, and the thing is that there will always be an audience for Dungeons and Dragons, no matter, because of the cultural, because of the what it is, right? And I don't think that any of these games will kill it. Don't get me wrong. I think Hasbro's stupid, and I think Wizards of the Coast is they've all gone corporate now, and they're all not doing what's best for the audience, the consumers, as well as the people that are unfortunately having to stick around and work there. But Dungeons and Dragons is going to be around forever, and that's just until literally there is no money that you can put into it and it just dies. But at that point, it might be sold to a different company, and then somebody will buy it and it will become something else. You know what I mean? That's just my hot take. It's a long hot take, but
All right. I'll give you the option. I have two hot takes. It can be real life or it can be D&D related. What do you want to hear?
Let's do real life. We talked
Pugs
a lot
are
about D&D.
ugly as shit. They are the ugliest dogs. They
Let's
have been
fucking
bred
go.
to imperfection and practically death. And I don't understand the appeal.
you don't have to. It's like art. Art is subjectives. Pugs are subjective.
Pugs are inbred and they have no snouts anymore. They practically die in their sleep.
Wait, Brad,
because
are you
they
a
can't
pug
breathe.
owner?
I'm not a pug owner.
Oh, because I thought Loss was hitting on some personal
It seemed
pug
like
love.
No,
Yeah.
I look, there's a book my daughter has about all different types of dogs, okay? And some dogs look the same and some dogs look special, okay?
Yeah,
And
but not
pugs-
to die. Have you seen a picture of an old pug from the 1930s? Great looking animal. Cute dog. Has an actual nose. Mm-hmm. Pugs nowadays are flat faced.
My friend, majority of dogs are inbreeds.
But pugs are the worst.
PJ's like, "Ugh," and then "Ugh." Pugs are not the worst, man. I think
What's the worst?
I'm not.
What's uglier than a pug?
Oh, my aunt's dog, and I can't.
No,
I-
you can't go with one dog.
It's her birthday
Then we
tomorrow.
just
All
go to
these
the
other
world's
dogs.
ugliest dog
Happy birthday,
The
website.
worst one is Buddy. Buddy's a shit dog, and he knows it. He's a bad boy. That's right. I said the B word. You bad boy.
Did you have a pup over there?
I do. Yeah, she is. She's somewhere over there. She
Okay.
is Chihuahua Jack Russell. So she jumps like
Adorable.
a pogo stick. She's,
Get it?
She's cute, but her bark is the loudest, sharpest sound I have ever heard in my life.
My friend, I have a Chihuahua Corgi mix, and he is adorable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, his bark is the sharpest thing I've ever heard in my life. And he cries every time I enter, and he's like, "Rah, rah." I'm like, Deacon, shut up. You're going to wake my daughter.
Same. Every time I come home late, she's just like, rah, 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 rah. And I'm like, Gigi, Goober, shut up. Shut up. It's 10 o'clock. No one needs this. Shut up.
But I don't
Where's
think
Deacon
pugs.
right now? I know you're in your kitchen.
I am. He's on the couch. He's asleep.
Just chillaxing.
Just chillaxing. He wants to go upstairs, but nope. But no, pugs are not the most ugliest dog or anything like that. I disagree. I can't give you. The reason why, subjective. Okay, you either like it or you don't. Okay, it's like art.
I hate those really thin dogs with the long noses. They look like, the painting, The Scream. They look like The Scream, but in different dimensions. And
know
I
what,
just,
PJ?
I'm why?
Like whippets?
Yeah, like whippets.
PJ, I'm 100% on board with that train because I know a person that has
Talking about?
think so.
two
I
of
think
them,
it's
right?
Whippets are
They're like
adorable.
miniature greyhound kind of.
Yeah.
Like their bodies are just like. Now listen, if you like those, that's totally fine. Like what you like, okay?
Exactly.
But they aren't They aren't great dogs. They're not my favorite. So there you go. Hot take. There you go.
Hot take. Pugs are ugly as shit. Boom.
Okay,
Nailed.
I got one
Boom,
for
Lost
you.
wins it, baby.
I got one for you. Sesame Street is better than the Muppets
Hold on. Doing
In
mental math
what
on that.
context?
in general.
That's hard because they come from the same.
Company.
They're two
Yeah,
different
they're-
shows, though. I mean, well, you can say I like campaign 2 of.
But Kermit
Critical
started on
Role.
Sesame Street.
Well, I'm not saying anything about Kermit. I'm saying Sesame Street,
Kermit is the Muppets. You know what I mean? Like he is the figurehead of the Muppets.
and that's
Yeah.
what makes Sesame Street better because you don't need a Kermit.
You have Big Bird. Big Bird's the figurehead of Sesame
Big Bird.
Street.
You have Elmo. Elmo
guess-
is
No.
Okay,
look,
to be fair,
Muppets.
for us growing up, it was Big Bird. For probably Gen Z,
no, Gen Alpha.
is Elmo still the biggest thing though? I think Zoe's the biggest
No,
thing. now,
Zoe's
right?
not the biggest thing. It is
definitely
sorry.
Elmo.
No, Elmo.
It's definitely Elmo.
It's Elmo. It's Abby Cadabby. It's Cookie Monster. It's Big Bird.
Oh, I'm good. I'm happy Cookie Monster's still up top.
Yeah. I will say the count has kind of taken a step down.
Oh.
Okay. They've kind of started to vampires. They scare
Sunset the
children.
Vampire.
Yeah. Now that's
Which
a
is-
masquerade character I want to see.
Oh my god, I'm Malkavian who has to count all the time because they can't lose the rhythm or whatever. Funny story, I had a Malkavian in one show and I based him off Bugs Bunny. And his name was Chester, and his goal was to find those little portable black holes they would jump into a lot. He had to find the right black hole, which is all his psychosis, because if he could get into it, he could get to the center of the universe and finally know peace. But until then, he also had to play pranks or he would go further insane. And it all led to a wonderful Baja Men joke. And if you even know who the Baja Men are, right? So
Who?
I'm
Who?
basically
Who?
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 Who let the dogs out?
Yippee-yi-yo. God, that was such a good song.
All right. I think
But yes, you are right. That is a hot take because the Muppets. I mean, once again, it is a hot take, but I can't make a decision because I disagree and agree.
Yeah, it's
Because I think it just depends on who you are. Like
It's like
for
saying
kids,
the Avengers
Sesame's
are better than the X-Men, and that's not true because they're both good. They're both good for different reasons from the same company. I can't make that
the
decision.
X-Men could destroy the Avengers.
Yes.
You know what? Yeah, I'll like pound for pound. No, but like just one person with a good mind power. Yeah, no, the Avengers are
My
screwed.
friend.
But
my friend,
also,
my friend. You have Magneto. You've got Xavier, and you got Jean Grey. Okay, those three.
Not
could-
even just Jean Grey. Phoenix Jean Grey.
You've got Scarlet Witch. I mean, technically, is a mutant, even though they are
Yes.
on the Avengers. I feel
That's true. There is crossover.
exactly.
True.
I'm just. We're nerds.
Also, they
Okay.
made it. They made it a comic book run.
Did they?
They did the Avengers versus X-Men.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
we're about
it
to
was-
see that.
it
We're
was
about to see that
weird.
in the next film too. So
I sure fucking hope so.
Yeah, you will. You will. Don't worry. Okay. I feel like, and I just need to do a rebuttal real quick. In our very first episode, M said that French toast is far superior than pancakes and all that. And I want to say I was wrong. French toast is superior to those two things.
Welcome to the light, Brad.
No, I
great over here.
literally,
We've got French toast.
I
Yeah,
made
lots of it. I'm glad to have you here.
I make a French toast casserole now, and I make it every single week for the past 3 weeks, and it is the best breakfast that I make.
Explain. What do you put in it?
Okay, well, you melt some butter and some brown sugar, get it all nice and smooth. You put that at the bottom of a tin. Cut your bread, put your bread on top of that brown sugar butter mixture.
What bread do you use?
Brioche.
Would also accept Texas toast, but brioche is better.
No, I've only used brioche, so it's only been 3 weeks, so forgive me. And then you make your 6 eggs, 2 cups of milk, cinnamon and vanilla, mix it all together, pour it on top of that bread mixture, and then just sprinkle some brown sugar and some cinnamon on top of that, bake it for 30 minutes, serve it up with some homemade whipped cream, some strawberries, some blueberries. You're good. Easy peasy.
good.
Now you guys know.
right.
PJ, if you didn't know it, I like to
I
bake.
know it.
I like to bake.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
You should know that.
I'm trying to learn how to cook. I mean, like, I know how to, like, ingredients go in, heat makes it work, but, like, you know, I'm experimenting.
Good. Keep experimenting. It's never too late to
PJ,
learn.
where can people find you?
I'm so glad you asked. Hello, everyone. My name is PJ Megaw, and you can find me all over the internet at PJ Megaw. If you see the bearded face, you're in the right place. All over socials, and if you want to see all the crazy stuff I'm doing, like Shadows over Baldur's Gate at Critic Chronicles, other projects there, and with Noirvel at Althaven, you can find me all over my socials. For more details, it's again at PJ Megaw.
And if you want to see his non-bearded face, you can either go to his IMDb page or just Google PJ Megaw. And right here on Facebook, I have a picture of blue shirt, button down. It's that sweet baby headshot.
Yup, I was an
have
actor
my
in
own-
Hollywood, baby.
Yeah. Oh, last question. Ninjas or zombies?
I'm so glad you asked. Well, since I was the head of the zombie horde, I'm going zombies.
Good answer.
All right. Thanks everyone for listening to Behind the Screen. Segue to the end. I'll fix this in post.
This is yeah.
We'll fade out.
Goodbye.
And then I'll do an outro at the end. All right, Loss.
Stop recording?
Yes.
All right, stop.